the second part of the murder mystery story. The story's name is Behind the Killer Part 2. Anna had always been proud of her husband, Miller, a police officer who had been serving the community for over a decade. They had been married for 5 years and had a beautiful home and a happy life together. Anna understood what I have to do now, and when a person knows what I have to do now, he has achieved his real goal. Anna joined her husband in prison, and after coming home, she studied his diaries, books, and some essentials, watched mystery movies, read murder cases, and then studied her husband's case. Anna started investigating the case on her own, collected information about the deceased, and went to the scene of the incident and started understanding him. The case was getting more and more complicated, but a woman's mind is very subtle and can understand the depth of the matter. Anna's investigation was a long and arduous journey, filled with twists and turns that often left her feeling frustrated and discouraged. But she never gave up, and with each new piece of evidence, she grew more determined to clear her husband's name. She started by poring over the police reports, looking for any inconsistencies or clues that may have been overlooked. She interviewed witnesses who had been at the scene of the crime and tracked down anyone who may have seen or heard something that could help her uncover the truth. It was a long and difficult journey, but Anna finally got a lead that would change everything. She discovered that the real killer was a man named Jack, who had a grudge against Miller and had been waiting for the right moment to take his revenge. One lead took Anna to a seedy bar on the outskirts of town. She had heard from a witness that the killer had been seen there on the night of the murder, and she was determined to find out more. As she entered the dimly lit bar, she was immediately hit with the smell of alcohol and cigarettes. The patrons all turned to look at her as she made her way to the bar, but Anna ignored them and focused on her goal. She asked the bartender if he had seen anything unusual on the night of the murder, but he shrugged her off, claiming he couldn't remember anything. Anna persisted, pressing him for more information and showing him a photo of the suspect. After a few more minutes of questioning, the bartender finally cracked. He revealed that he had seen the suspect at the bar that night and that he had been acting suspiciously. He told Anna that the suspect had been talking to a man named Jack, who was known to be a troublemaker in the area, and was feeding your husband full of wine, and then at the same time he tampered with your husband's pistol. Maybe even took out the bullet. Your husband was completely drunk and was showing off the bullets of the pistol. Anna's heart raced as she realized this could be the break she had been waiting for. She thanked the bartender and quickly left the bar, eager to follow up on this new lead. Anna was on her way home and was wondering how to get to Jack. But Jack had reached Anna and was following her. Anna reaches home and gets busy with work, but Jack follows her and sneaks into the house to watch her activities. He understood. In the morning, Anna reached the place where the victim was shot, so she thought that in front of the store where her husband Miller had been shot, the victim and her husband were standing outside the store, and her husband's back was facing the store. But on the other side of the road, there is a big high-rise building where there are many flats. Anna reached the police station with the same thing and the same story and told them the whole thing and said that these flats should be searched. Maybe the killer will be found. Anna complained to the police inspector, and unable to stop herself, she came to these flats, and by herself, while passing outside each flat, she began to guess that someone had attacked Anna on the 10th floor. As soon as Anna was attacked and taken inside a flat, the police representative who had been searching for the activities of these flats for how many days, he immediately called the police station and police vehicles started arriving. but it took a long time to find Anna. They kept firing at each other, and finally, after a long fight and firing, the killer was caught and his entire gang was also arrested. Anna was still unconscious and was bleeding from her head, and there were bruises on her face and neck. She was rushed to the hospital. The case went back to court and Anna's husband, Frank Miller, was acquitted. Anna was unconscious in the hospital, but when her husband reached the hospital with flowers, she also regained consciousness. The trail eventually led Anna to Jack's rundown apartment, where she found evidence that linked him to the murder. She contacted the police and presented her findings, and after a thorough investigation, Jack was finally arrested and charged with the crime. It was a long and difficult journey, but Anna's persistence and dedication had paid off. Her hard work had not only saved her husband from a life behind bars but had also brought justice to the victim and closure to their loved ones. It wasn't easy, but Anna knew that her love for Miller was worth fighting for. And in the end, her unwavering loyalty and dedication paid off, allowing her to bring justice to her husband and closure to their nightmare. The police officer asked Anna, lying on the hospital bed, if you were not afraid that the killer could have killed her too. Anna smiled and replied that no one could be more dangerous and lovely than a woman. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more stories.